city, I've been browsing. Treading water that they drowning. My head on a swivel, yeah. It's only really my surroundings.
Hello and welcome to another Underdog special for a live best ball draft. I'm your host, Michael Royer. You can find me on Twitter at DynastyDadFF. Snoog's going to roast me because whenever I say anything that isn't the exact same intro, it sounds a little bit chalky. And Snoog, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good, Dad. I'm just wearing the best value on Underdog's jersey. Travis
right
Etienne
here,
in the fourth round.
We
Travis
got it.
Etienne in the fourth round.
From your Etienne to my Jalen to Brock's Juju, we're going to smash all three in this draft. How you doing today, Brock?
Doing good. Yeah, I don't have a player that's going in the top 5 rounds of Underdog drafts currently, but hey, maybe someone in the 18th you want to take a flyer on.
Do we have an ADP on Juju?
No, we do not.
I'm gonna hook you up with a Pickens jersey.
Yeah,
fantastic.
That'd be sick.
Guys, right now, if you guys use code SMASHACCEPT, you guys get a 50% match up to $500. So that's $250 right back to you if you guys do the 500. As low as $10, they will do a minimum match. So as long as you can even just give it a shot. Put in code SMASHACCEPT. Put in a $10 deposit. You're going to get 5 back. And you're going to be able to make sure that you guys get that bonus cash. Give yourself an opportunity to scratch that itch, that best ball draft. We're about to kick one off here. Brock, you want to do the honors and get that puppy rolling? And what we'll do is we're going to just kind of run you through how we would go about doing the draft and how we would look at things and just have a little bit of fun with it. So once we get this, you got it up there?
Yep. Gonna jump in.
There we go.
Yeah, these ones feel quick.
It's not. There we go. There we go. Let's go. A little bit of a boomer moment kind of rolling there, but Brock, you've done more of these, and we always go with you, Brock, but it's Alex. But hey, as far as Underdog best balls, talk to me a little bit about your general strategy here because you've done a lot more of them than we have. But it's just a fun thing to do in the off season to kind of scratch that itch for me.
Yeah, heck yeah, and yeah. I've been doing them probably since even before the draft. It's crazy looking back at some of those ADPs. But like you mentioned, it's a really fun way to kind of, itch that, scratch that. All we, us dynasty players have as we're moving into the redraft side of things. Don't want to go ahead and start doing the redraft drafts yet. Still like to see training camp and injury news and who's kind of winning those positional battles within each team. But Underdog's a great way to have some fun. And now with the 20-second clocks, you can cook through these in about a half hour, 40 minutes at the max. So yeah, strategy-wise, we'll go ahead and jump into these. As we can see, we got the 106. I believe we had the 106 or 107 last time we did this.
We did.
A couple weeks back.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, which I thought was a fantastic pick for him to fall down there. And guys, there's so many guys that are in the Discord, guys that are in the Patreon, guys that are messaging us on Twitter that can't stand the 8-hour clock. They have that extreme ADD. This just is a way to make sure you guys are staying fresh with that. Give yourself an opportunity. And, some of these drafts really have some serious payoff. I mean, we did one last week that had up to $500,000. So let's bring up this board. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. This fast puppy they just released, 225,000 entrants at the end of last week, and it's already about 50% filled. $1 million in prizes, 200,000 to first place. So a lot at stake here. And we'll go ahead and dive into it.
That's a pretty on brand first 3 to go off the board. First 4.
Yeah,
I'd love to get Jamar Chase here at 6.
That would be sweet. So should we roll with Amon-Ra again? I mean, I don't hate it.
It is half PPR, so Amon-Ra does take a little bit of a hit there.
You want to go RB?
I always like to go wide out to start off. Let's just go with Amon-Ra.
I'm down.
He has 1,500 plus upside in the receiving game, 100 plus receptions, can score double-digit touchdowns like he did last year yet again. So you just got to go with wide out there, especially in a league setting where you can start up to, I think it's 5 or 4 wide outs at a time.
Yeah,
there's
4
3
receivers.
and then there's 3 and then there's a flex. So it's definitely the most deep and valuable position in here, and they drop off pretty quickly after that third, fourth round.
That's the thing. Like
before you know it, you're drafting Romeo Dubs without Kamara.
Yeah, there are only about 5 or 6 guys that have wide receiver 1 overall potential, and he puts us into that area where we're gonna get guaranteed targets, gonna get guaranteed touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown just feels like the safest wide receiver 1 there is. Like he's just at value, incredibly good value.
Let's go 0 RB until we get the absolute GOAT, a true 300+ touch
We-
bell cow in the
we
4th
will-
round.
I think we got ETN last time too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we got him in like round 4 or 5. It was like
Yeah, end of the
insane.
4th.
Mile High Luke. Yeah, he's like, how many of you guys busting out today? Is that the same Luke that we did the draft for the other day? Was that?
I don't know.
It might
I
be.
don't think so.
No, not the same one. Well, we might do 3 tonight, Luke. We're here for you. You know what I mean? So let's share the board here a little bit. Where are we at?
Yeah. Top of the second, pretty standard thus far. Got the whole run of wide receivers. The 2 running backs go there. Then Gibbs and JT. One thing to notice is that Saquon's been falling a lot. He used to be kind of at the top of the second in ADP. He's been falling a bit. I'm down to rip him here. We can do a fellow Eagle to you, Dad, and add him to the squad.
I'm all in on
I would love Nico Collins here if we could get him, but if not, yeah, Saquon's
that.
definitely.
Over Saquon? I can't do it.
It's just the wide out value is just.
It does drop off quick. I'm
It
down to
drops
push
off
it a little
fast,
bit, but Saquon Amon-Ra I do love.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a sexy start. That gives us 2 guys with top 5, pretty much range of outcome. It could even be wide receiver 1 and RB1. So
Yeah.
Saquon gives us a ton of value there. Nico,
Yeah, I was gonna say this kind of range of wide receivers is a bit murky. All the Ayuk stuff. Debo could get a bump if Ayuk's gone. He's risen in ADP. I think he used to be a little bit below A-Chain. He's jumping up now. If Ayuk's out of there, Debo's going to move up to the early second. So the second round is definitely probably the toughest to navigate. I honestly just want the value, whether that's at the back, whether I get someone from the first that's fallen to the early second. It's pretty tough there in the second right now.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, Malik Neighbors, wide receiver 19. I feel like that's like high. Like
I agree.
For Daniel Jones, like if he puts up a 100 or 1,000 yards and like 80 receptions and has a really good rookie year, he's still not paying off at his ADP. Right? Like
I think at 80 and 1,000, I think he definitely would at wide receiver 19. He's going usually wide receiver 19 to 21. You have to feel like the targets are going to be
most of these receivers are going to be 1,000-yard guys, though.
Yeah. The 1,000-yard benchmark's not obviously what it used to be with an extra game, but as a rookie, it's what you want to see. But again, is he going to be returning that value? 4 or 5 touchdown upside like Garrett Wilson with Zach Wilson the past couple of years? It's may not be getting into the end zone a lot, but at the end of the day, who else are you throwing to there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, he's insanely good, so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here.
All right, so we're looking at trying to get
This is where it gets sticky.
It gets sticky.
Wide receiver. What do we have on the available? And we're only 3 picks away.
Yeah, we're coming up soon. Honestly, someone I've been targeting a lot. I might be a little bit overexposed at this point. I've been scooping up all the mid to late third Cooper Cup I can. I did a little side by side with him and Puka when they were on the field last year, and targets were pretty much the same.
Yeah,
that was with Cup
today.
Yeah, and that was with Cup coming off a injury. He said he wasn't even 100%. We get sniped on him here. So I think honestly, personally,
I don't mind going Kyron here. I think
we like Kyron or Henry. Final vote.
I think Kyron. I would go ETN, but we're reaching on him right now.
If we're talking 0.5, I think it's Henry. I think Henry has. I don't know, Snoop. What do you got here?
It's
20 second clock. 20 second clock. We ran out of time.
Kyron.
I am a Kyron hater. I'm not gonna lie, but
Kyron's becoming like a value.
Yeah,
right
he
there.
is. He is. Yeah.
Henry, 31 years old. No running back that age ever done anything.
Let's not talk about age, man. Age ain't nothing but a number. Let's go.
I know you're super high on Henry. I know with your video there with Chris, you were like, smash or pass him. What was it 15 plus touchdown
15 touchdowns? Yeah. Gus had 13 last year, so I mean, if he plays a full slate, there's next to no chance he doesn't pass 12 to 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, why is Travis Etienne going beyond Christian Kirk? Like, can someone explain that?
I tweeted that out last week. I said there's no reason this should be
I'm
happening.
tweeting that
It's
right
honestly
now.
crazy.
We got it. We got him last week. I think we got him in the 4th round. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yep. And that's the thing. It's like now looking back on it, if ETN does fall to us, then we probably should have went Nico instead of Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
We would have had Henry, ETN, Amon-Ra, Nico, and it's tough. I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to do a bunch of these so you can try out a bunch of different strategies, a bunch of different starts. I know with the last one, we went super RB heavy. This one, 2 out of 3 rounds, we have RB. But yeah, this range gets gross. You're debating
If
between
ETN's
RB
there, we're
11.
going with him.
What's up? If he's there?
If he's there, we're taking him.
All right. What about it? What about if Pickens is there?
ETN, but I'm down for either of those two. Pickens or ETN.
Are you guys getting behind
Or
Sam
Terry.
Laporta? Are you getting behind Sam Laporta at this price?
No.
No,
I'll just take George Kittle 3 rounds later and get the
We're-
same production.
maybe not Kittle. I was saying, Kincaid goes a little bit later. Mark Andrews is the one that I'm all in on.
I'm going to throw it out there, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but he went there. But I feel like Travis Kelce is a value at this point. You're getting
Yeah.
Kelce the cheapest he's been in the past 6 years.
Yeah, take ETN there. Wow,
Yeah.
what a start. I would have loved if we could have taken like Nico Collins.
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
instead
looking
of
back
Henry,
on it.
I think, yeah.
Now, if I click this, are you guys able to see this still?
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet.
That's much better.
Yeah. Just to get a good idea. It's giving me sleeper vibes.
Now we're cooking.
Laporta,
Before I was-
Kelsey, McBride, the tight end runs going right now. I feel like they're all so close
Yeah.
where it's like
You just want the
don't,
last
don't
one.
be the one to take the first one. Like,
Exactly.
Even throwing Andrews, Kincaid. I'm always a big Kittle guy. I've been a big Kittle guy for like 5 years in a row now, and he's always finishing top 3. But if you look at George Kittle's points per game numbers, like if you just look up like all of his points per game and put them next to each other, he's like literally been top 4 to 5 every single year. Or he's 1 or 2. Like he
Yeah.
is so good. Like George Kittle is forever the most underrated tight end for how good he is. He's one of the best tight ends as a talent. If Ayuk leaves, George Kittle is going to finish top 3. 100%.
Yeah. No, I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it earlier where your tight end 1 last year, 14.6 points per game. Over the last 3 years, your tight end 7's averaging 12.6. So if you can go and you can get yourself into any of those, that next tier down, you're not getting a drastic drop off. You know what I mean? And I think next year is definitely going to be
Like your Njokus, your Ingrams, those guys.
Well, no, even down to, I mean, I think that's probably about the line. I mean, I think Ingram, what's the difference between Ingram and Laporta this year? Like, it can't be that big.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting behind
See,
Ridley at all?
this-
Or are you
this
like
is-
anyone else around him?
I'd probably take Jaden Reed over Ridley.
Oh, there he went. Are we taking Ridley over Hollywood and Godwin? I think we need
Nah,
receivers.
I
here.
am so off Ridley. I don't like
Oh,
Ridley.
you don't?
No, not at all.
We just did a little bit of a hype on.
Should we go
Hollywood
Godwin?
Brown.
Nah.
I did both Hollywood and Godwin. I was hyping both of
Just
them.
go Mahomes before we time out. I don't know.
Are we? Is Kyle
We'll
Pitts
rip
the
'em.
last? Are we
We'll
doing?
rip him.
We're doing
We
Mahomes.
just had to
We'll
go
get a little
Mahomes. So we were
Mahomes.
gonna I didn't
Alright.
want to get timed out with like Ridley versus I'd rather just take Mahomes before we get screwed.
It's
with
not
it.
going to
Like,
happen, but maybe Hollywood flips back now. We stack it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Or Rashi or any of them. I was so tempted to just rip a Dunze there, but it's like,
Dude, I was stoked.
No, we'll get
I
one of
got-
them falling back.
Like
got a
why is
Dunze-
Dunze go after Worthy? What
I
is
got
that?
him in round 9, round 9 of Scott Fishbowl, which has kick return yards, and there's rumor that he might be involved with the return game as well.
Yeah, this is why we fade running backs, although we haven't been doing it because we've
I
been
know.
just taking who falls in value. Like
We've been saying
ETN's
it
a
the past
value,
two drafts.
ETN's a value there, but look at the gap now. You're taking D Hop versus Joe Mixon, or you're taking Chris Godwin versus Joe Mixon,
Yeah.
which is going to be like a 60-point gap in points. So that's why it's definitely go double up wide out. I like to start off
Out of
with
the
double
gate.
wide out.
Yeah.
I like
Unless
the guys
I'm
that
at the
went
back
triple.
half. If I'm at the back half and I can get like a Gibbs and a Marv, or I got like a Garrett Wilson and a Marv at the 11 and 14 the other day. It's like
Mhm.
I'll take that start. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you got to
'Cause-
look at some of these in here. I mean, the guy who went Lamb, Devonta, DK, Tyreek.
Yeah, this
Evans,
guy's cooking the
Ayuk,
draft for us.
Jefferson, Debo, DJ Moore. The one I really love is the one that Matt has there, where it's Jamar, Nico, and Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it's AJ Brown, Marvin, and Tank. Like they're just loading up on the wide receivers.
That one's really good. AJ Brown, Marvin Tank.
With the Hurt stack. Yeah, I like that.
Now he's gonna get James Cook and Alvin Kamara.
No, I'd probably take Joe Mixon. Even better.
Is this a spot where we play how many more?
Literally, Deontay Johnson's gonna outscore all these people. I bet. Like,
Who do we like here at receiver?
Pitts just went right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone here.
Dad, you like Deontay, right?
Deontay Johnson here.
Or JSN. JSN's an upside play.
A
They're
little bit more upside.
They're talking so big game. They're talking big game on JSN. I'd just go
as
Deontay
a wide receiver too.
For the floor with Deontay, and then I'd
Yeah.
go with probably JSN or like someone like that after.
We'll queue him up. See if he falls.
We're on the block. Or we're on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
board.
we're gonna get Deontay.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I like that. Pairing Deontay's floor with one of these other ceiling plays here.
Yeah. BTJ could be a good ceiling play if JSN goes.
Yeah, and like I know we went RB
or
early,
Lad.
and normally I try to stay away from that, but different bye weeks. This should be our RB1, RB2, and our flex each week. And there's no doubt that all these three guys can be, top 10 at the position each and every week.
Yeah. So crazy how Henry goes that early and Kamara goes like this late, and I guarantee you Kamara probably scores more points than him in PPR.
This is half PPR.
Half of Derrick Henry's like the king when it comes to half point PPR.
Yeah, he honestly is, especially in the Ravens offense.
Yeah, you're right though. I mean, there's so many running backs that fall. I mean, Aaron Jones is still down here.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara, Ramondre Stevenson. Where
Yep.
our best wide receivers are all rookies right now.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Hopkins.
What's next time we do one? What's just literally just attack
Out the
wide
gate,
receiver
3-4
value
wide
for, like,
receivers.
for like 3 or 4 rounds. I'm fine if we get ETN as our RB1 in round.
This is
in round
even
4.
more of a shout out to come out and play against us. Take our money. Come out here and have a little bit of fun.
I think Travis Etienne is prime for another top 5 to 6 year. I think he is. The Jags got better on the offensive front. They got better in the offense in general. He's the go-to guy there. He's the lead back. Caught 58 plus passes last year. I think his floor is just easy top 10, and he has crazy upside. Like, he's so efficient. Like, if the O-line can be healthy and block, like it wasn't so bad last year, he could be so good.
That was at Ingram. I was really low key looking at Ingram or Jake Ferguson coming up here because there isn't much of a difference between the wide receivers.
Who else do we have?
I think
at
Lad
wideout?
McConkey's going to get peppered this year and has a ton. But I think
I'm fine with him or Worthy because we have Mahomes. Worthy's a good best ball play.
I don't hate that.
If Vlad goes, I honestly
Worthy
think
has yeah, I'm with you there.
Would you rather Worthy or Lad?
For upside with Mahomes, Worthy, but like a safe floor, I think Lad. With this build though, well, I guess we got our
Made
answer.
it easy for us.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Next
We
week
have-
once all the vets start reporting and we start getting
Yeah.
videos and pads and
That's gonna
it's
be
here,
it.
man.
we have three reception hog type slot receivers right now wide out. Like they're literally all the same player.
That is true.
If we can get Ferguson with the next pick, I'm never. What kind of wide receivers are we looking at left on the board?
So that range starts getting into this range, which gets a little bit gross. This is
very
where you
gross.
start trying to rip maybe your tight end or quarterback. If you punt it, you get a
Yeah.
Dak, you get a Kyler or a Burrow. Stroud at the 7-8. What's his 80?
Yeah, this is why taking Mahomes sucked.
You went
But it's
11.
just like I just didn't want to get auto picked friggin' Calvin Ridley. But like we could have waited 2 more rounds and got Dak, who's probably gonna score as many points. So it's just when you're doing these drafts, just make sure like you're just locked in, like ready to go, and it'll be a lot easier.
No bathroom breaks, man.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
quick timers.
9-2 Kamara. Jonathan Brooks and Zamir White went over Alvin Kamara. Like some people just ain't built for the moment.
Yeah,
Truly
Kamara was
ain't.
Scott Fishbowl. He's my RB1. He went round 7.
Wow.
I was shocked. Or late 6.
That was super flex though, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Just an easy 18, 17 points per game for Dad. Did we
Oh,
take the swing on Brock Bowers there with Adams potentially leaving?
Do it.
I could be about it.
He's like really good, dude. Like
Like
he's
at the end of the day, what are
nasty.
we going to take, him or Curtis Samuel, Cortland Sutton?
If
It's
you're
like-
playing upside,
I say we
it's-
take Bowers and then we swing with like a Wicks or Romeo Dobbs and try to hit on like one of those breakout Packers wideouts. Because if you look at like who's been winning these big underdog tournaments, like it was the Nico Collins Tank Dell drafters. It was
Yeah.
the year before like the Ayuk Debo and Ayuk when Debo popped off. Like you want to hit on that team's like breakout wideout because that can be like game changing for you.
Like Polk and Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Stack them
you
up,
take
baby.
you take Demario Douglas, Jalen Polk, and Drake May.
They got
guess-
the glorious Drake May throwing him the football, so the lock.
So we're going Brock here.
We could have got Dak right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, go Brock.
I'd go Bowers.
All right. I don't hate it. I know we went RB early, but I don't hate it.
It's a solid team. I think it's a solid team. I think we could have did two things better. Obviously, not take Mahomes and not go like Henry or maybe Saquon, but
yeah,
I think it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the top of the board; it's just all orange.
These guys here, I mean, these guys where it's Brown, Harrison, Dell. The other guy went Flowers, and then they just pounded the running backs late, getting Mixon, Kamara,
Richardson.
Even Ramondre, I don't hate.
What a reach on Richardson, huh?
Where'd he go?
Took him before Mahomes.
The 5'10". Wait, what's his ADP?
5 on Fantasy Pros. He's QB5 right now.
Dude's played in like 3 games, and everyone's giving him like QB5.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah, 57. He took him 50.
He could be so nasty though if he stays healthy. Like he has all the upside in the world. It's just he needs to clean up some stuff in the passing game. But coming out as a prospect, I always thought he was a much better passer than everyone gave him credit for.
Yeah.
I only watched him inaccurate, but how many accurate 6'5", 240-pound guys that run a 4.3 do you see? If they're accurate, they're gonna be the best quarterback ever.
Yeah. What do we think about Lockett?
I'd rather shoot upside with like a Romeo Dobbs or Dontavian Wicks or
Khalil Shakir. I can get behind. I can definitely. I do like Lockett because he's gonna score. Trey Benson I love, but we're past doing those kind of things.
Is it Lockett or is it Romeo?
Lockett.
All right, that takes the final vote on this one.
I think Romeo. What you just want to get more Packers up in there?
Nah, Lockett's not bad.
No, at this point, I see the point of view. We got the target hog guys. Now let's get some upside plays. Like unless I think we're hoping at this point, only way we're winning the 200,000 is if DK or JSN gets hurt. You know what I mean?
Well, and Khalil Shakir is another guy where we don't need another low ceiling, high target kind of high floor kind of guy.
Yeah.
We need to start taking some swings.
What's Wick's ADP right now?
It's around here. 120.
That's nice. I like that. There's some good wide receivers available at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you hit a range of like a real dead zone.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a video on like running back pockets, and it's like if you're in this part of the draft, you're constantly just being peppered with this pocket of running backs to where you do hammer those receivers early. And clearly these two guys knew what they were doing.
I'm gonna do one of these after this. Try to figure it out.
Yeah, it also kind of sucks we got the same position as we did last stream.
Yeah, we can't really give a lot of different perspective on that, but I mean, I think it definitely helps.
Yeah, Dubes here, still there. Cooks, Loki had 8 touchdowns last year.
I was just looking at that because you have some serious upside.
We need to get touchdown upside now. Like, we're going to wait on running back again until like round 13, 14. We got hammers at the position.
Keep scrolling down a little bit more there.
We should wait and hit on Dallas's backfield, like Dowdle, Zeke later on. I like Polk. I like Eckler there.
Gabe Davis is interesting.
Chubb's a pretty good. And these puppies where the whole year matters.
Yeah, we can wait around on those guys.
Yeah.
Do we like Cooks, Wicks, or AD at receiver?
This is the range where you take the shot on true upside, like Spears, Wicks, like those type of guys. Like you want to try to hit on that big breakout. Like realistically, Brandon Cooks giving you 120 points isn't going to do anything.
All right, final call. Who is it? Are we going Spears or Wicks?
I'd go Wicks. Yeah.
All right.
Dad, touch base on a little bit on that Packers wide receiver room. How do you think it's going to shape out? Because I know we saw all the stuff about Dontavian Wicks today with what Jordan Love said. He had high praise for him. I know you're a big Wicks guy. Give us a little breakdown. Like, give us the order 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who's going to lead that room?
It is so close, to be honest. Like, because sometimes a lot of people, I think the people that's most slept on is Romeo Dobbs. Like,
Yes, he really
people
is.
sleep on him completely. In Dynasty, I'm taking, shots on all four of them. That's the trickiest part. I know that's a kind of like a avoid it type of answer. Dobbs is the cheapest right now. I was taking whoever seems to go that way. I'm kind of avoiding Reed just at his cost because he seems to be costing more than the other two. I think Watson has like the craziest boom bust out of the group, and I think Wicks is going to be the safest, but has a nice like middling ceiling in
Yeah.
comparison, if that makes sense.
Think any of them hit 1,000 yards?
I think Wicks could. I think Wicks could have the most yards. I think Watson could have the most touchdowns. Reed's going to get a little bit of both. So, I mean, I think you're going to have opportunities where all of them perform, but I think it's going to be week in, week out, a little bit more touchdown dependent and see who's the hot hand at the time.
Yeah.
All of it means Jordan Love's sexy as hell this year.
Yeah, I could see Wicks going for like a ceiling, realistic like ceiling, not like ridiculous, but I could see him going for like 1,000 and like 6 or 7 touchdowns.
All right, boys.
That'd be crazy because then his value would skyrocket. But I saw today, like everyone was like, yeah, like the Packers have like 4 really good number 2s.
Who are we thinking here?
I like Eckler, but we don't.
We got Eckler last week. Do we like Mike Williams or no?
No.
He stays healthy, he'll pay off.
We got 7 seconds.
Chase Brown?
Either Eckler or Ford.
Yeah, they made a choice for us.
Chase Brown.
Fuck.
Got to be ready. Love it.
What's Zach Moss going on these?
Way
The
up.
9.5.
2
I don't
round
hate
diff.
Chase Brown there. I just don't love it.
I just don't think it's an upside play, but wow, Herbert.
Yeah, if you want to wait for quarterbacks, this is kind of really falling back there with Herbert, even Goff.
Yeah.
Because Goff,
Nick Chubb.
Goff will
could be
finish
a
top
league
12.
winner. Leggett is that low? Wow. What's Pearsall?
Sticky Ricky's a little further. He's right here.
Damn, I would have taken all these guys over Chase Brown.
Yeah, I'm
Cue him
looking
up.
at Jahan Dotson as well.
Queue up
Since we're
Ricky,
playing
because
for
if
some
Ayuk
upside.
gets traded, Ricky could be a friggin' top 24 finisher, and you're
See,
getting him in the
He's
13th
He's
round.
on the non-football injury list at this point. Did you guys see
Yeah.
That's why we're taking
Not-
a swing on Jacob Cowan late.
that? Woo.
Jawan Jennings.
Ekman still sitting on the board.
Ekman.
I don't think people realize that the Commanders are running a no huddle offense. Why does everyone think Brian Robinson's going to be the guy that like gets all these catches so he can get tackled for 2 yards? Like Brian Robinson's not making a single dude miss an open field.
If we're playing upside here, I mean, what Xavier Leggett versus Ricky Pearsall, I actually think Leggett is going to have more fantasy points than Ricky Pearsall, even if Ayuk's traded.
Really?
I think
Holy
Jawan
crap.
Jennings is going to be a lot more involved than people want him to be.
I think
just
he's
personally.
had his
I have-
his chance though. and
I
he's
drafted
always been
0
mid.
Ricky Pearsall, so I'm not totally in on it.
All right, Snoog, you make the call on this one. We'll do out of these choices.
I would just go Slicky Ricky just because if Ayuk gets traded, then it's like the number 2 is up for grabs. So it's like, but I just don't want to have Deontay and Leggett, and then it's like you have 2 wide receivers on the
I
Panthers.
don't even think about that. Yeah, we
no,
can't get
that-
2 Bryce pass catchers.
That's
too many.
That's my theory. But I do agree with Dad with that though. That Leggett is a good upside play there. So is Polk.
Who do you think has the best 2024 between Purcell, Leggett, and Adonai Mitchell?
If Ayuk's traded Pearsall.
Yeah, I think if no situation's changed, I honestly lean AD.
Really?
I
I just don't think Anthony Richardson's going to get there as a passer next year. I think it's going to take him a little bit.
Yeah, it's like
Josh Allen a little bit, and Josh Allen was a better prospect. So it's like,
obviously situation wise, it's San Francisco, but I mean, you're going to be the 5th receiving option at best behind Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, and McCaffrey.
yeah.
It's like, there were games last year where AR threw the ball like 15 times. Obviously, that's not ideal.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
um,
so off the Colts. I won't own Downs, Mitchell, or Pittman. Like I don't care for any of them. It's A Rich or JT. That's it. I don't.
Yeah,
care
it was
for anyone else.
interesting last year. Obviously, when Richardson went down, Pittman's ADOT went way down. I feel like when he came in, he was like the big play deep guy, and now a lot of stuff underneath 5,
Yeah,
10
now
yards.
they have AD, who's faster and more athletic, playing in that role.
Yeah, that's why I think maybe let A-Rich air it out. It could be a good upside play for best ball at least. But
I know Snoop's
yeah,
way off of Michael Pittman Jr., but I got 2 trades here for you, Brock.
I
Wanted to
can't
throw out.
stand him.
We got Pittman or Rashi Rice in a second, JSN in a second. So he's trying to offer me Pittman. Would you do either of those?
JSN.
yeah, the JSN in a second. I'm not trading Pittman for Rasheed in a second.
Oh
though.
no, he's trading me Pittman. So I'm not interested in getting rid of JSN, but would you give up Rashi in a second to get
I
Michael
would.
Pittman?
I
Yeah,
would.
and
I don't
then-
think
and-
Snook takes that.
I would, and
I-
then I'd flip Pittman.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be my wide receiver 4, so it's like it's not a crazy risk.
I mean, Leggett fell back. Do we like Leggett or DeMario?
Yeah, definitely not Pop.
You guys are on the
QJ.
Pop Dougie train?
Snoog, there he is, Quentin Johnston, baby.
We already got Ladd. What do you think, Burton?
I would go with Quentin.
All right, we'll go Quentin.
Only first round receiver there left on the board, other than like Treadland Burks.
What about this guy?
Oh, I didn't see him. Damn. I would have definitely went Leggett. I'm blind. I'm blind. I wasn't looking at. I just looked straight to Quentin Johnson.
At what point do you take your QB2 then? We want to wait until one of the final 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's the
we're-
thing.
what do we
If
have
I'm
left?
if I'm hitting in the middle, I'll get like yesterday I did a draft and I walked away with like Caleb and Goff. I ripped it
Yeah.
back to back 10 and 11. But if you spend a top 5 pick on one, I think you can wait. Even if we walk out with like a Rodgers, Stafford already went, but like
Mhm.
even Baker last year was great. You know what I mean?
He was QB10
On
last
a
year.
points per game wise.
Or QB12, sorry.
Yeah. What do you guys think about all the Fant hype?
I liked it last year, but I mean, like, I know it's a different system. Fant is
Yeah.
a highly talented tight end. You know, coming out with him and Hawkinson, it was like, who's better?
Yeah, I
Fant,
remember.
Fant just has not had the targets to support what he's able to do talent wise. But again, there you're looking at 3 wide receivers in that set where he's going to be 4th in line.
Yeah.
No matter what, I don't see him surpassing any of those 3 wide receivers.
We actually got a decent little receiver room here. We'll find 3 guys each week to throw in there. And our RBs will hold us down. Mahomes, Bowers. I think next step, we can wait on quarterback, maybe another round.
Backup
But-
tight end.
Yeah, I think a tight end too, if we didn't want to go
do we
RB5
have?
I
right
kind of
now.
like Hunter Henry there.
Henry,
He's
Fant,
a
who
lot
else?
of touchdown upside.
All right, let's rip him.
Hunter Henry.
There's no way this guy takes 3 tight ends.
What other tight ends are available? Next one's got to be way down, right?
Ugh.
Hunter Henry, Fant,
Sinot.
Conklin.
But rookie tight ends are kind of I mean, the past few years it's been good though, but it's Sinot or Henry. I don't care who you guys want.
We'll take Henry.
I think Isaiah Likely scores more points.
I hit likely in pretty much like 4 out of 10 drafts, 40%. Honestly, it's up there. I think he's my highest roster tight end right now.
They're talking about putting him in a lot of 2 tight end sets or splitting him out wide and trying to get him involved more and try to create mismatches.
Yeah, I don't know what it's worth, but like, could he be the number 3 pass catcher? I don't know what that's worth on the Ravens, but
target
like,
wise, that's not a
yeah.
ton. But then when Mark Andrews goes down every year, he steps in there and he can
like clockwork.
sometimes produce just the same.
Yeah, back half of I think like the first game after Andrews went down, he had like nothing, and then after that, he was solid. I mean, a backup tight end giving you anywhere from 8 to 12 points, you just don't want a dud.
Right.
I had basically close to an undefeated redraft team last year that was absolutely insane. I think it was 12-man, $50, but it was like for a $500 pot or something. Maybe it was actually more. And I was playing my friend who was the last seed in the championship, and I was beating him by like a ridiculous amount, and he had like Isaiah Likely left, and he beat me. He beat me because of that. Isaiah Likely had like 20-something points.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh, yeah, Isaiah Likely, 0 chance you win. Like, I thought it was in the bags. We were out drinking in Boston. And I was watching the game on the screen. They had it on. And I was literally getting so mad because he just kept catching everything. He scored like 3 times, I'm pretty sure.
Rock, we got those 2 rookie running backs that just went there, Vidal and Ray Davis. Who do you like more?
Oof, man. Well, I'm a Dobbins truther, and I think Gus has upside too. So I don't know if I can pull Vidal there. I mean, anywhere rounds 14 through 18, it's pretty much just dart throws built on the back half of your roster. I think though, as a Florida fan, Ray Davis cooked us
Yeah.
pretty much like the past 2 seasons. Are you guys fine with Baker here?
Yep.
QB2?
Yeah, go Baker.
All right, sweet. So personally, I'm taking Ray Davis. I mean, at this point, you're not taking anyone that's seeing an ability to start. Maybe Vidal with that murky backfield, but you're just kind of sucks to say, but you're banking on an injury.
Davis is that guy, though. I mean, I think he's still going to score some touchdowns. I mean,
Who, Ray Davis?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Latavius Murray was top 12 in red zone carries inside the 10. So, I mean, I think Ray Davis ends up, because they've already showed that they don't really trust James Cook when it comes to red zone carries.
Yeah. What do you have, like 2 rushing touchdowns last year?
Yeah. But it's Jahmyr Gibbs without the touchdowns.
Yeah, I'd lean Ray
We got to
there.
jump on him on that.
Yeah.
I sent it over to you.
Chris, you better watch it back.
Let's see.
All right, 3 picks left, I think.
Marvin
Another running
Mims,
back,
baby.
receiver.
Catching some
Marvin
deep balls.
Mims.
I don't really love much going on here. Snook and I were talking about Chig having a low-key resurgence here because Tennessee was going from bottom 5 passing to top 5. Going to be a lot of opportunities there.
Dude, I kind of forgot about Chig low-key.
Because 2 years ago, he was on that fringe of breaking out.
Yeah.
His yards per route run were filthy. He looked real good. Last year, the offense was just so predicated on the run.
Yeah.
I think he bounces back.
I like going Corley here or Mims, or we could go with my sweet Prince Javon Baker that I see sneaking out in the bottom.
He's peeking from the bottom. Do you think we should go RB5 here or just still punt it?
There's not much there. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the guy at the top.
J.K. Dobbins, you love him. Just take him.
And also
sell me on it because I loved him. I mean, in 2020 he was my guy. Every year I wanted to reinvest, and now he's dirt cheap. I'm telling everybody to sell first if they can get a second.
Like it's the 16th round. Like, are we honestly deciding between Malachi Corley, who what has to happen for him to even finish like top 48? Like realistically,
with Mike Williams there and potential trade rumors, I mean it's not happening.
I don't see it happening. There's really no selling point besides just the fact that we know what he is when he's healthy. The only knock people have on him is that he's not healthy. If I told you to give me an argument why to fade him besides injury, you can't say the word injury in it. It's like that game taboo. What argument do you have?
Yeah.
Because it's not on the scheme. It's not on the
had,
coach. It's not on the offensive line. It's just the injury.
ACL's one, but then the Achilles is tough, man. Doing both of them.
Yeah.
I like the heart. My heart is saying I love J.K. Dobbins. My head's saying, dude, I don't. If you get an opportunity to get out of him, you do it. But
obviously, if you can sell him for a third,
yeah. I don't think I'd sell for a third. I would want a late second. I don't think
late second.
Get it. I don't think I'd sell for a third because if he does, let's say he does return to form, because at Ohio State, I mean, he was a phenomenal pass catcher. You look at, he had 2 seasons over 6 yards per carry with Baltimore. The ceiling's up there, right? Like if he actually could stay healthy. And it's not like the contract that they gave him, they're going to try to, hold back. If he's popping off, they're going to feed the hot hand.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I look at things. It's like it's that fringe. It's like I don't know if anybody's going to go out and pay a second for him. Yeah. But if you have him, I don't know if I'm selling him for a third. It's kind of like that.
You pair
late second, early third range.
You pair a third with him to get up to a second.
Yeah.
Guys, again, Underdog Best Ball. Use code SMASHACCEPT. Minimum $10 deposit. You can get up to $250 back in bonus cash. No reason not to do it. We're going to be next week. We got a little bit of surprise with that, but if you guys are doing it, we're going to be giving away some prizes as well as, if you guys just show us your code, we're going to make sure you guys are taken care of when it comes to our Smash Accept Patreon. And, shout out to that. Snoog's made that Discord phenomenal. Guys are talking shop in there 24/7. Snoog, you got to get that best ball room up in there.
Yeah, I'm going to get that cranking. ADPs I love, ADPs I don't love. I'll probably put up rankings too in there. So we're going to start taking best ball to the next level. I made some pretty good coin off it last year, so I'm really super into it. I haven't done maybe 2 drafts, the 2 with you guys and 1 by myself, so 3 this year so far. But after this live stream, I'm going to probably crank out like 5 of them and just get used to the ADPs, figure out what I like, I don't like.
Yep.
Get on the rhythm of things, because it's all about strategy, and you want to prioritize and understand like where the weak points are in each positional round and figure out where the drop-offs are in tiers, because there's a big wide receiver drop-off after the first couple of rounds. So that's ideally you're leaving the draft with 3 wideouts off the rip.
I like Jelani Woods here.
Javon
Okay.
Baker.
or
He went.
possibly
He went.
yeah, someone
Kobe
already wasted their
Parkinson,
pick.
Dad. Kobe Parkinson's not a bad option.
Well, we have our floor guy with Henry. I think Parkinson's more of a floor kind of guy. I was
We're
thinking
going Woods.
Woods is more of like a high upside.
All right. I think top it off with one wide receiver, one more.
One more wide receiver.
Jacob Cowan.
Should we just scroll down and stop
Dortch.
on one?
Traylon Burks. Wow.
Oof.
I mean, realistically, last round, like I'm looking at maybe a
Like-
Dortch, Kyler loves him, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Hyatt.
Hyatt's
like
a good option.
All
in best
guys
ball.
that literally, score a touchdown on a, 3 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown, and they pop in your lineup 15 points. That's
Who's
essentially
below
what you're looking
Claypool?
for.
Dad, you remember when people valued Elijah Moore over Garrett Wilson?
Dude, that was a brutal time.
If you drafted Elijah Moore, there's those certain guys you draft in Dynasty where it just haunts you every year afterwards. You're like,
Those are the
"Ooh."
type of guys you draft them in your rookie draft, and they have good games, and then you sell them. That's what you do with those
Elijah
guys.
Moore, though, as a rookie, just popped off with poor quarterback play, and you're like, okay, you could see what could happen for a path of relevance. Even his yards per route run were fantastic. Like, he was just so good for like an 8-game stretch where it just felt like this is a lock, right? And
Yeah.
it just the wheels fell off right after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like going Dortch or Hyatt here, just because it's like if like a Neighbors or
Oh, wait,
Marv
we
or
said
one
we
of
were going to
those.
check.
Oh,
216.
Juju.
216. No, we're not taking
what's,
them. We just
what's
wanted
cowing?
to check.
What's cowing? I'm curious.
216, same. I think it just goes to 216 once
Yeah,
they're down
so
there.
like all these guys are
Yeah.
216 then.
Anybody past like the top 300.
You Clay,
Fields. What's good with Fields? Do we have 3 QBs? We don't. We should go QB.
We don't. We need another receiver with this build.
Think.
Yeah. With Mahomes and Baker, we have 7 receivers and we faded them early. We like Hyatt more than Dortch.
Let's look at our go Hyatt.
Yeah,
Alright.
Hyatt.
Boom.
Good, solid draft. I think we could have did better, but we're getting better at this. We're learning.
Yeah, I want to
the
get either early or late next time. We can't be back in the middle.
It's hard to take like a Waddle over a Saquon because Saquon's gonna score more points, but it's like you gotta bite the bullet with that
Yeah.
and just take advantage
Yeah.
of like, do you want Kamara and Waddle, or do you want Saquon and friggin' Calvin Ridley?
Yeah.
or Jameson Williams or someone like that. That's what it comes down to. So it's just gotta
Yeah,
understand.
if Cup
that
fell
a
to
little
us, that would have been ideal.
bit. Yeah.
I like a DJ Moore. Ayuk to the 3-3, so he's even slipping.
Ideally, I did not like where we picked at 6. I don't like that spot. I want to be
No, I
like
want
1,
it
2, or
late.
3, or I
I
want
want
to
it
be
late.
later.
Yeah, this is
Or
like
not.
its own tier. Well, I'd say like the first 3 are a tier. I don't know if you guys agree. I think those are the tier, and then like these receivers are the next one, and being at the end of that kind of sucks.
All right. We're gonna close it out here. We thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the process. So